Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to season 14, episode 15, overall 7:30 of Live with CDP Sports Talk, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can also call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. And Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969, and they're known as the regional dealership and the number one EV sales dealership in Ontario for all electric vehicles as well. So check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet if you're looking for a new or pre-owned GM vehicle, Cadillac vehicle, or an EV as well. I hope everyone is doing well on this Monday, July 6, 2026. It's back to being hot and humid here in Southern Ontario, and I'm excited to have my guest tonight. This is going to be her first appearance, and we met off of social media, and she is a native of Youngstown, Ohio. So I wonder if she's a Browns or a Bengals fan, and I'm excited to have her on. She just released her newest song called Between You and Me, which just came out on July 2nd, and she's got a bright future in the country music industry. And I'm going to bring her on right now, Taylor Borton, and she's a Nashville country music recording artist, songwriter, and storyteller. We're going to bring Taylor Borton on right now.
Hello.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm so good. Thanks for having me.
I hope that opening was okay for you.
It was perfect.
Youngstown, Ohio. I've gone through there a few times.
Yeah, that's probably not too far from, the direction of you, but
I'm in
closer
the
than where I'm at now.
Yeah, I'm in the Toronto area, so I would say from the Toronto to the Ohio area, probably depending on what part of Ohio, between probably 6 and 7 hour drive.
That's still not bad though.
Yes.
Doable. Okay.
So being from Youngstown, Ohio, what did you love about the state and the city or the town so much?
I knew I had to get out of it. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I always tell people it's a good place to live. It's at least the part where I live. I mean, it's safe, it's affordable. That's the best thing. And I don't know, I just like Tennessee way more. I don't have too many exciting things to say about Ohio, to be honest.
Do you still have family?
Humid. No, I do have another thing. It's not humid like it is here. Oh my goodness.
That's good. It gets humid here in the Toronto area too. I don't mind. Perfect for me, temperature-wise, 75 to 80 degrees is perfect. Once it starts getting 85, 90, it's too much.
Yeah, it gets a little intense at that point.
Do you still have family and friends in Ohio?
I do, yeah. All my family is still there. Yeah, so I make my trips.
You fly or drive?
I usually drive because I usually book a show when I go back, and then I have all my equipment and my cat. So
Smart
it's easier
idea.
just to drive.
Tell us a little bit about your cat, and are you going to write a song about your cat one day?
Oh my gosh, yeah, she's right down here taking a nap. I think I should write a song about her. Her name's Lola. She's 4. She's tiny, so she sometimes just looks like a little kitten, but she's 4 and she keeps me good company.
So
She
what's the
loves
story?
music too.
So how did you end up being a cat mom?
I've always loved dogs, so this is the first cat that I've ever had, but I just live in a little apartment and without the big, like fenced in yard, it just was easier to get a cat. So that's what
Uh,
I did.
I
I
want
needed a companion.
I volunteer at a local humane society right now. I walk dogs down there twice a
Oh,
week,
cool.
and I fundraise for them too. And I'm doing a little plug. I'm going to do a little plug for a fundraiser I'm doing right now, a 40-yard run for paws. So I'm going to be running 40 yards on a football field in less than 14 seconds to raise a couple $100 for a local humane society here as well. And the old guy can
Oh, that's
still
awesome.
run, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm still looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love animals.
animals have been a big part of my life.
Yeah, I've always
Yeah.
had a pet.
So,
Always.
what's your favorite breed of dog?
Um, I've always said that I've liked huskies, but I know that they're
Escape
super
artists.
hyper. Yeah, I
Escape
I don't
artists.
know, that's hard. I love them all. Golden retrievers are pretty, German shepherds. We've
I
always
like
had little poodles, so
I like beagles too. I like them all. I like them all,
yeah,
but
I like them
beagles
all.
too. So
All the
now
above.
I wanted to ask you, how was your 4th of July holiday in the States? Ours was Canada Day, which was July 1st. But I saw on your social media one of the events that you were performing at ended up getting some bad weather. I think it was in Kentucky. Did you manage to get through that weather delay?
Yeah, I did. So it started storming in Nashville as I was leaving. It was about 2 hours away. And so it was kind of behind me. So I drove out of it, which was good. And when I got to my show, I got everything set up. It was outside, but it was covered under like a little I was gonna say like a shed, but that's not what it's called. Pavilion thing. And so I got everything set up, luckily, and then bam, it hit. But it didn't last that long, maybe like 45 minutes or so. So all my equipment was good. It was just, I don't know. It was just scary for a second.
Yeah, it's just because electrical stuff and rain and
Yeah,
lightning don't go together.
they don't
So,
mix.
no, so your safety and your equipment come first.
Yeah,
So
so I just kind of waited it out for a little bit and it was fine. It was good.
overall, how was your weekend and your 4th of July?
It was nice. I spent some time at the pool with some friends on the 4th and got to see the big fireworks show in Nashville. So I did everything that you could do on the 4th. Love it.
I've been to 13 states, but I've never been to Tennessee. What makes Nashville and the state of Tennessee such a great state to live, work, and perform as a musician?
There's just a lot of opportunity here. I mean, for like any job, obviously, especially for musicians and networking. That was my top reason of being here is connecting with other people. And there's just music all the time, and I can't get enough of it.
I would assume a lot more music opportunities for you than in Ohio.
100%. Yeah.
Wanted to get your thoughts on this too before we get into some questions. AI is impacting everything nowadays. Do you find AI is shrinking the music industry, especially for songwriters?
Yes, for sure. I mean, it's definitely could be used in a good way, but there's a lot of that not happening, I feel like. I mean, people don't even have to write or produce really songs anymore if we didn't want to, but it's good to kind of, I don't know. There's just pros and cons like with everything, but I don't think it could take away from the live performance aspect for artists, but all the behind the scenes stuff, it's kind of scary to think about.
What do you think about the CDs shrinking, or do you find CDs are still there?
My thing is when I was selling CDs last year, I think it was last year or the year before at my shows, everyone was just like, we don't have CD players, especially in our cars. So what do we do with it? So it's just being able to even listen to them. I mean, I love having that stuff just to hold on to. And, if it's autographed or something. I love that stuff. I've always preferred records and the way those sound, but yeah, CDs are definitely out, I think.
I would hold on to them because I find the older I get, everything goes back to retro. And now you got bell bottoms for like the 70s and 80s clothes
Yeah,
are back,
everything's coming back around.
and vinyl records, which I never thought record players and vinyl albums. Sorry, I'm all chucked up. Have come back as well. Do you have any plans to put your music on a vinyl record in the future?
For sure. Yes. I don't know when yet, but it's gonna happen at some point.
I want to get your thoughts on this too, because I've talked to some other musicians. I want to get your perspective. Do you find the quality of music is better on a vinyl record than on the live streaming platforms currently?
Um, I I don't know. Sometimes when I listen to a record, I'm like, it kind of depends on the album and the artist to me personally of how it comes out. But I guess yeah, I guess it depends on the artist. I don't know. I never thought
And
about that.
I like to ask good questions, by the way. I try to, anyways.
Yeah.
So the music industry has changed a lot too with AI and with all the live streaming platforms like Apple, iTunes, Spotify, and that. And it has given artists like yourself, musicians, more exposure. But do you feel that you as an artist and a performer should get compensated more from the setup currently?
I personally feel like I don't do a lot with it. So other than going to like chat and asking for advice, I don't really do anything with AI, to be honest. So personally, I would say no. But yet there's other people that are using it a lot more. And for them, I would say, yeah, if that was possible, that would be cool. But what are you gonna
That
do?
Well, hey Taylor, I'm in just outside of Toronto right now in a city called Guelph, Ontario. It's an hour from Toronto, a couple hours from Buffalo. Can you tell my audience a little, or tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, like you had mentioned, I'm originally from Youngstown, Ohio, and grew up there. That's the only other place that I've lived other than Nashville now. I started playing guitar when I was probably 12 and did that for like a year. And I was like, oh, I want to write and sing with it too. So then it maybe took 2 years till I started performing out. So I started playing in bars when I was like 14 or 15. And
Wow.
yeah, my parents, I was like, come on, let's go. We got to go to the bar. So, I mean, it wasn't always just bars, any festivals, really anything I could get in, but those were kind of the most available spots to play, especially in Ohio at that time, fairs, stuff like that. And so I've done that for a while and was still in high school, obviously, at that time, and was ready to be out of high school because I did not like school at all. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do and I was just ready to go do it. So I patiently got through that and took a year off after I graduated just to kind of work a little bit more. I worked at Taco Bell. First job. Oh my gosh. I've seen a
You got
lot
to
of
start.
stuff.
You got to start somewhere.
I've seen a lot of stuff through that drive-through. But I did that while I was off for my year and I turned 19 and I moved to Nashville and I went to school for audio engineering at Blackbird. It was a trade school sort of thing. So I went for about 6 months and graduated. And once I got through that, I was like, man, it was a great experience for sure. I met a lot of cool people. My teacher was awesome and very, very wise. And then I was like, I don't really want to do that side of it. I would rather write and keep on performing and focus on that rather than go intern at a studio and kind of go that route with it. But I just found another like full-time job to keep me kind of steady and paying rent. And so I worked at like a medical office, played shows on the side, and 2 years ago I quit that. Now I just do like freelance work and play shows, and somehow I'm surviving off of it and I'm having a good time doing it. So that's where I'm at now.
How much of an impact doing the Blackbird schooling for audio engineering? Because if you ever decided to you wanted to go into radio, that would be huge too. But audio engineering, just tell our audience a little bit more about what it entailed.
Yeah, so the school, well, Blackbird is a recording studio owned by John McBride, which is, if you're into country music, Martina McBride's husband. So it was cool to kind of be there and get to know him a bit too. I never met her though, unfortunately. But there was a live sound, which was for like concerts, people that do the sound there, and for studio, where you go to record the music, what you hear on the CDs and records. So that's what I did, was the studio side of things. And it was very like, it was like 2 weeks in the classroom and then 2 weeks in the studio, and we kind of went back and forth doing that. And so, yeah, what I picked up was just a lot of studio etiquette and kind of knowledge there. So I find now, being the artist in the studio, it helps me to understand kind of what's going on a bit more. But since I was only there for 6 months, I feel like I could go back and learn so much more. Like, it was just very fast paced, and I was in there with a lot of people that kind of came in knowing a bit more than I did. I just started off completely, I didn't know anything. So I would definitely have to go back and kind of freshen that up a little bit. But yeah.
Taylor, for our audience that's watching our show live stream right now or on audio platforms, and there's somebody out there wherever they're watching around the world, and they're interested in getting into the music industry, what advice would you give to them from your experiences?
Mm. Well, if you want to do it, definitely do it. Don't go down the road of like AI and think about that, because I even think about that sometimes and get freaked out. But I mean, if you want to do, I sometimes, well, sometimes I do have a student that I teach lessons to, and even when I'm teaching guitar, vocals, I'll just say, like, if there's this thing you really want to do, just do it. Jump right in. If there's a place you need to be, like for me, it was Nashville, just you'll figure out a way to get there and be able to do what you want to do. So you just have to start.
How would you describe yourself as a teacher of music?
Well, there's definitely a lot that I learn all the time. There's a lot that I still want to figure out, but I love teaching like young kids that are just starting out, because I'm like, I totally understand that. Like I said, I started when I was like 11 or 12, so I it's cool to kind of see the excitement and get to go back to that with them and kind of pick up guitar or vocals or whatever they're doing with them. It's always fun.
Anyone in your family that had musical ability like you did?
No. I mean, I've had like, my mom was in choir, but that's about it. I think someone down the line maybe played guitar, but I would have to check with who that even was. Like, on my mom's side, someone did. But no, not really. Not really a musical family at all.
You mentioned that you first started playing the guitar at the age of 12. Do you remember the first song that you played on the guitar? And out of all the musical instruments you played, was the guitar the most difficult?
The first song I learned was a Taylor Swift song, Today Was a Fairy Tale. I remember learning that because I was dying to figure out how to sing to it too, and it took me a few months, but I did. Um, for some reason, I do have a keyboard, and typically people learn that before guitar, but I feel like I think kind of backwards. So now that I know guitar, I'm like, I can't figure out keyboard, but I've never really dedicated myself to actually doing that. I do have a banjo. I could play a few chords on that, but guitar, I mean, just from what I've heard from other people, is definitely not the hardest. Like, I've heard like steel guitars really hard, like pedal steel and fiddle. Those are the top two that people say are really hard to to pick up, but that'd be interesting to dig into that.
Has the amount of musicians who played the banjo, has that shrunk too? Is it kind of gotten smaller over the years from your experience?
Um, I mean, Nashville specifically is just a lot of people play guitar and there's a little bit of like keyboard in there, so there's not a lot that you see with a banjo, but I think it depends on just the genre that you're listening to. There's a lot of good like folk and Americana music out there, and I think that's becoming more popular. So I think maybe it might be a little bit more popular than it was.
How therapeutic is music to you? Because I've talked to some other musicians and they find some of their life experiences and their difficult times, they've used
Mhm.
music to get them through that. So I just wanted to get your perspective on music being a form of therapy. It's also probably cheaper than seeing a shrink.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've always used it as therapy. Um, when before I ever started playing guitar or really realizing that I loved music, I would always write poems. Like I remember in elementary school, I would always be writing something. And so once I got into guitar, I was like, wait, what if I take these poems that I was writing and turn that into a song? And kind of once I figured out how to play guitar and started kind of adding that poetic side and songwriting, I just felt like it couldn't be stopped. I definitely would spend hours upon hours in my room after school every day and just writing, and even in school writing stuff. And yeah, I think it was an escape for sure.
How important is the songwriting aspect of the industry, and how would you describe yourself as a songwriter?
Ooh. Um, I always appreciate artists that write their own music. I just feel like you connect with it a little bit differently. Like, I mean, yourself as the artist and for your fans and people listening. I just feel like there's a different kind of vibe to it when you've written it yourself and kind of lived it a bit. Yeah, I think it's really important to be able to write your own songs. And there's a lot of people, especially in this town, that write for other artists. And um, yeah, sorry, I forget what the second part of the question was, that I went off with that first part, but it's definitely important.
I will remember the second part too. So I sometimes have to write down things or I kind of forget too. So your memory kind of
Need to take
diminishes when you get
notes.
older. Yes, I actually do. I do take notes. But hey, I wanted to ask you this as well, Taylor. Um, who are some of your favorite performers, both female and male, growing up, who you really enjoyed listening to?
Well, now I really love 80s and 90s country. But growing up, I kind of listened to everything. It was probably more of like the pop scene that I listened to. I don't really remember when the country side of it came in. But I always listened to, obviously, when I was growing up, there was Taylor Swift was kind of starting out and getting big, and the Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, those were definitely my top two that I would sing every single day. Um, and then just like Katy Perry and Train. I love Train. Um, yeah. And now I just love country, and I don't really know where that came from, but I guess my parents played it all the time, so it's probably where I picked it up from.
You mentioned Katy Perry. She's dating a Canadian right now, the former Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. I didn't even know who she would have
Little
been with.
yeah, little fact right now, and, now I gotta
Oh.
ask you this too. You gotta be a Swiftie fan, right? I'm assuming you're a Swiftie fan?
I mean, I not to the sense of I'm really keeping up with her now, but I still like her, yeah.
Well,
Like,
she's
I was
made it.
obsessed with her when I was younger, but now I'm like, I just kind of more liked her songwritery stuff more than the stuff she currently has out now. But she can write a song. That's all I know.
Would you say she's this era's Madonna? Because Madonna back in the '80s was huge, and then Janet Jackson, and then Michael Jackson. I'm equating her to probably Michael Jackson or Madonna back in the '80s.
Yeah, like you're saying, like where she, like how big she is now.
How big she is, and I think she's
Yeah,
probably bigger because Madonna
yeah,
and Michael Jackson didn't have the social media and the internet like
right.
Taylor does now. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, how powerful is the social media and the internet, and how much has that helped your career as well, being on social media and on the internet?
Oh my gosh. I honestly despise social media so much. Like if it was up to me, let's just put our songs in the newspapers and call it a day. I I don't know. I'm not really, if I wasn't a musician, an artist, or like had like my own business or something where I feel like I could really promote it, I don't think I would personally have social media or anything like that. But as an artist and musician, yeah, it's definitely needed now. That's where, I mean, people go there when you're trying to book a, whether it's a bar, restaurant, a festival, they go there and they want to see those numbers. They want to go to your Spotify and see those streams. And so you have to, as much as you don't want to make it a super important part of your job and your career, I mean, if you don't, you're definitely, it's definitely harder for sure.
It's also a full-time job. The on-air
Yeah.
stuff, like what we're doing right now, the on-air stuff is easy. It's booking guests, promoting the show, editing videos, and
Mhm.
also going on all the major social media platforms to make sure I promote, download, and let people know about my shows and stuff like that. I use social media strictly for my media work. I stay out of the political stuff and some of the other nonsense there, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping one day I'll be able to hire someone to look after the social media because that is a full-time job itself.
Me too. Yeah, it is. It's
But
exhausting.
without but without social media, I wouldn't have met you and had you on our show.
See,
So
so there are good
yeah,
sides to everything, but
yeah.
it's a lot.
Taylor, right now, from your perspective, how competitive is the music industry, and also making sure you surround yourself with the right people, the right agent or manager, or in your case, being freelance? How important is it to make sure you don't get hooked up with the wrong people in the music industry?
I feel like that all starts with just knowing what you want, and like what I mean by that is like your sound, knowing who you are, just a foundation to stand on before, I mean, before you even make the friends or connections, because that's the first thing that you're gonna have to go back to, if you get into, I've gotten into um situations where I went to sign a contract and it wasn't even this like legit company, and this, it was this whole thing. So, but I found that out because I've had good friends to kind of stand by me and tell me, hey, like this person said this, and so it's not necessarily like a drama he said she said thing. It's just, I mean, yeah, it is important to have the good friends on your side, and it is really competitive here, especially in Nashville. I mean, and with social media, they also say how many people move here a day. It's like a crazy high number, but there's also how many people leave here a day. So, I mean, you can look at it like that too. But yeah, you definitely need the good friends and the good support system on your side to to get you through sometimes.
How important is connections and networking, and also having a strong support system? Because any career you're in, music, media, you're going to get people that believe in you, but you're also going to get skeptics, naysayers, and some cases in the media, haters. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the importance of connections and networking and having a strong mindset too.
Yeah, I mean, that is really important to have the reputation. I mean, you're the one that it's up to you to look a certain way in the town that you're in with your music and what you're releasing and how you act. And I mean, it could go from how you act as the artist in the studio, because they're going to be friends with whoever else, and how you act on stage, and um, how you are with the other artists. There's a lot of writer rounds here in town where there's multiple artists on stage, and it's like you could, be really nice to them or really rude to them, because it's going to get around. So I think it starts with how you want to be represented, and then the support comes with that. If you have that good reputation, then your people are going to know, like, I don't know. They're going to know how you are, and they're going to keep supporting that.
It takes years, I find, to build a reputation, but it only takes seconds to destroy it.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't
That's
want to
so
burn
true.
bridges too. And one thing I've learned in media too, and I'm sure you've seen it in music, you're going to have your yeses, but you're also going to have your no's. You just have to handle the no as a temporary
Yeah.
setback and use it as motivation.
Yeah, you learn how to respectfully say no. I was really bad at that when I moved to town. I'm like, yeah, I have to say yes to everything. I have to do everything. And then you get to the point where you're so exhausted that it's like, oh, but how do I say no? But I've gotten good at that. It's like they understand if you can't do everything. So yeah.
Taylor, I'm going to play your latest single that came out called
Okay.
Between You and Me, that was released July 2nd. Congratulations. Now we're on
Thank you.
Facebook and YouTube right now. So I want to ask you, the owner of the song, if I have your permission to play the song here.
For sure. Play it. Let's hear it.
Because I'm sure you know about the copyright and all that. So I always make sure when I have musicians on, they want to play their music, I ask them. I know they're going to say yes because they came on my show, but just for Facebook and YouTube for copyright reasons.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, play it.
Congratulations. And before we play it, how can people watch or listen to it on social media platforms and audio platforms?
It's on all streaming platforms wherever you listen. I have, if you're on, I would say, like, Instagram, you could go to my profile and just click the link under my name. And when you click on Between You and Me, it brings up all of the streaming platforms. So you can choose whether it's Spotify, Apple, wherever you want to listen. I think on Facebook, there's just the link to my website. So you could also just go to my website at Taylor Borton Music, and they're all right there too.
And I have all of them down on the graphics
And
too,
you've
as
got
well.
them, so
And
we're covered.
plus your link tree page too. Link tree too.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. And also your YouTube channel where people can subscribe to you at Taylor Borton Music on YouTube, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've already subscribed, so everybody please subscribe, like, and share. And we're going to play your latest single that came out just before the 4th of July, Between You and Me, and we're going to play it right now by Taylor Borton. And Taylor, just let me know if you can hear the audio. I'm the audio guy, so if it doesn't work
Okay.
audio wise, we can fire me. So just bear with me 1 second. We're going to play Between You and Me by Taylor Borton, and it just came out July 2nd from her YouTube channel.
I'm the only one you said you'd ever want. You'd rush home at 5 o'clock when work was done. 2 wildflowers in a field, turning toward the sun, side by side, hand in hand, closer than the touch. Between you and me, there's a love I didn't see. Happened out of nowhere, knocked me off my feet. Hard to catch my breath, feeling weak in the knees. There's a lot more than I thought could be between you and me. You left this morning with so much on your mind. You seem far away when we kissed goodbye. I'm trying not to worry, but it's way past 5. I just can't shake the feeling and there's someone else tonight. Between you and me, there's a love I didn't see. Happened out of nowhere, knocked me off my feet. Hard to catch my breath, feeling weak in the knees. There's a lot more than I thought could be between you and me. Between you and me. So pack up all our used to be's, keep all of the memories. Between you and me, there's a love I didn't see. Happened out of nowhere, knocked me off my feet. A lot more than I thought could be. Way more than I thought could be between you and me. Between you and me.
Yeah.
That was a great song, Taylor. Thank you so much.
Thank
You got
you.
ahead, and the first thing when I listened to your music, it kind of reminded me of 70s and 80s music. There was old school. It just seemed a
I
little bit of
love
old school
that.
in that song.
Yeah.
Now, what was your? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I'm old school. I love that vibe. I love that sound. The steel gets me. It gets me.
You have a hit there, by the way, and now it's been played in
Thank-
Canada too. So hopefully we can get it on the Canadian airwaves. Speaking of airwaves, how's it been received otherwise? And also, have you been on radio stations and TV shows, TV stations and radio outlets yet?
I haven't specifically been for this song. I have some people back home that usually write like a publication up for me. So I had one of those done for Between You and Me. But I would love to get that played in Canada and focus on that. I think that would be really cool. And
Have
like streaming wise, I mean, I'm just using social media to my advantage and posting it as much as I can and trying to build those numbers that way.
and if we have time, we'll play another of your song because I think your music's great, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, what was your inspiration behind this song? And did it take a while to get the song out? And the location, where did you find the location for this video?
Well, the inspiration, I wrote this with two other people, Kari Phillips and Mary Zala, and we wrote this on Kari's farm. So that brought out the twang real good. I think Mary brought in the title Between You and Me. And it was honestly a day where we were all kind of just stumped. Like we couldn't really think of anything. We sat there for like maybe 2 hours and wrote like one line and we're like, okay, we've got to call it a day and come back to this. So we kind of took a break on it and thought about it. And then when we went back, we're like, okay, we need to do something cool with this. Let's make, since the title's Between You and Me, let's make it kind of a double meaning. And so if you listen to the whole song, it starts out as like um, just a cute love song that then eventually turns into kind of like a cheating song and a breakup song. So it kind of goes through all the phases. And that video was done in Tennessee somewhere, like Hendersonville, north of town, I believe. So we just found the spot and it worked out perfectly for the vibe of the song too, I think.
How exciting was it having it released 2 days before your July 4th holiday?
Well, and I was gonna kind of correct you on this, but it's not a big deal. So the video was out July 2nd, but the song actually came out to like all platforms in May.
Okay.
So the video, like you're 100% right. I just released that, which was cool because I do have some more music coming out. I wanted to get that video out there before the new stuff, but I haven't released music in like 4 years prior to this. So May was like so exciting. And now being able to put the video was cool too. So I'm going to keep doing that with the rest of my songs as well.
Now, with some songs, musicians in the past have told me they had to kind of condense it down to 3 minutes. Did you end up having to kind of shrink this down to under 3 minutes for radio as well?
I mean, look, if the song's a dang good song, just put it out there. Who cares how long it is? But if you're going to use it for something like that, you can always, release a separate version. But for me specifically, this song was just, I couldn't even told you how long it was, to be honest with you. So I didn't do anything special to it. But um, I think this one was a good length for something like that. I have some other ones that are a little bit longer, but yeah, it's my advice. If you have a good song, just put it out there. It doesn't matter how long it is. But if you want to cut a shorter version, have both options.
I'm going to put you on the spot with this next question. Are
Mhm.
you able to tell us a little bit about some of your upcoming music coming up in the future?
Yes, so my goal is to release a song at the end of this month. Um, and it's a song that I wrote probably like 4 years ago, solo write. I wrote it myself. And I've played it a lot around town already, so a lot of people have heard it. It's called Dim and Neon. So it's a fun little honky tonk cowboy song. I want to figure out how to make like a dance to it. You know how they do all that on TikTok, but I can only dance so well. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but that'll be my next one, hopefully the last week of July, but just waiting on the final mastered version to do that. And then I'll have 4 more to follow in this project that I've been working on. I started it in like November, so I'm ready to get these out there.
What are your thoughts on country music in 2026?
Country music is like right here with like a bunch of like branches coming off of it. I mean, there's so many different things that are considered, just traditional country, pop country, Americana country. Like there's so many little things that I don't know, you can't really even put country music into categories, I feel like, because it gets a little like confusing. But to me, I think there's traditional country music like 80s, 90s country, like George Strait and stuff like that. And then there's more of like the pop country that has a little bit more of the pop, like dance groove to it. So to me, I think it's just those two. And then everything else is kind of its own thing. Like folk, I feel like is its own thing. And pop and hip hop's its own thing. So, but you could ask how many people that question, they'd all probably give you a different answer.
Can you tell us about the branding and marketing aspect of your music? And also, do you have any merchandise out yet for our audience if they're interested in supporting you by purchasing any of your merchandise?
Yes, I do have some trucker hats available.
Send me one. I'll take one. I'll order one.
Okay, I will send you one.
I love
I
hats.
I love hats too. I was gonna put one on today, but I didn't want there to be like a weird shadow. Um, I actually made them with my friend. So these are DIY trucker hats. I should grab it and show it to you. It's right there. But I honestly just order the hats from Amazon because we get everything on Amazon. Is that how Canada is or no?
Yes, we have
Okay.
Amazon. We have Costco. We have Amazon. What you guys have, we have here in Canada. We're very similar
Okay.
to you
I
guys.
didn't know if people were as crazy about it or what, but so I just
Yes.
got the plain hats, I got the plain patches, and I made the design in an app called Canva where I make all my show posters and whatnot. And I brought it to my friend, and she has a hat press. She pressed them on for me, and so there are little DIY hats, and I'll definitely send you one. But same for like your marketing question. I mean, I don't know, I guess, how to completely answer that, but I mean, I do everything myself and even for shows and whatnot, for my posters I make and try to just push stuff as much as I can. And when I book shows, it's a lot of emails or phone calls and over and over and over and over and over again.
By the way, I hope you have big hat sizes because I have a big head, literally.
They are adjustable.
Okay, I'll just make sure
Yeah.
I just gotta put my head in the dryer to shrink it.
Okay. Oh my gosh,
I
yeah.
have over 100 hats, by the way.
Wow. I have a few, but not that many, but I do
Yes. And it's
specifically like the little trucker ones. I don't know why. I like how they look on my head. Some of
and
the other
it's
ones look weird, I feel like, on me.
it's funny how trucker hats are back in style again because they were so big in the 70s and 80s, and then in the 90s they went gone, and now they're back in again.
Yeah, I always say I was born too late, so I'm cool with all this coming back.
What colors do you have the hats in?
Right now they're just like a dark brown. I do want to make some more. I don't know if I'm going to do a new design or not because I have two different, like the patches are different. One says yeehaw and one says here for the twang music, but I did sell out of the yeehaws, which means I just need to make some more, but I'll just need to get some more hats to do that. But I don't know. People like the yeehaw, so I think I'll make the same one a bit more and then maybe try a new design when the new song comes out.
Well, if you send me a hat in the future, I'll wear it on my show, and I'll promote your brand.
Thanks, that would be awesome. I will
And
say.
I'm also trying to get more coffee mugs and T-shirts out myself because branding and marketing is huge nowadays. You want to get yourself out there nowadays too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's one of the top ways. Everybody has stickers and stuff here too, but yeah, right now I just have hats.
I'll have to send you one of my mugs,
I would love
one of
that.
my coffee mugs.
We'll swap merch.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually have a viewer watching, and he has got a question. Oh, okay, it's spam. I thought it was actually sometimes a lot of the questions on comments on here are legit, but I got somebody that was spam, so
Oh
I'll
man.
skip it. So yeah, it happens. It happens. But I do have another song I wanted to play. Are you still good for time?
Yes, but I'm terrified of what we're gonna hear because all my songs are old and I'm gonna cringe, but go
It's
ahead.
no, it's not that. It's called "Give a Damn." Give a damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Is that
cringe.
okay to play it?
Yeah, you
You
can.
get time to.
But it's cool to compare it to the song that I just released now to hear the difference. A lot of growth, I will say.
I was going to ask you, how much do you feel you've evolved and improved as a musician, singer, songwriter, and storyteller?
A lot. I mean, this is the first year I've played so many live shows, and just after playing a lot of live shows, I can feel my voice change. Honestly, probably every show. I'll do something in a song or, sing a sort of certain way, and I'm like, oh, like I feel like I couldn't do that before. And I mean, the song that you're about to play was, I think, the first song that I released in probably 2020 or 2021, maybe. So you're gonna hear a big difference then, but yeah, it's definitely evolving, and I'm probably gonna say that again in like 10 years that, oh my gosh, I'm so much better.
Do you have any tricks before a live performance, like ritual superstitions? And do you like to drink honey or coffee or tea before singing for your vocals?
Shot of whiskey. No. I do like whiskey, but
Good to know.
honestly, for me, like I've always tried to drink tea, like specifically in the studio before I would track my vocals, but tea dries out my voice, I've found. So tea doesn't really work for me. Honey does work. But before a show, I just try to stay hydrated and bring my water with me. And no, I can't really drink tea. It makes me dried out. I don't
Is
know
it
why.
and when you do live shows, is it more difficult to do before a big audience or a smaller, tinier crowd?
Ah, I think it's more of how the crowd's reacting. If it's a crowd that is actually listening, I honestly do better because you feel like you have to put a little bit more, not that you don't want to put effort into your performance, but if you have like all eyes and ears on you, you're like, okay, like I really want to represent the song the best I can. But if you're in a loud bar and there's TVs going and nobody's really listening, you're like, okay, I I'm going to do my best, but it's harder for me to hear myself. And so you don't feel like you can give as much of your all that way, at least for me. So not really whether there's 2 people or there's 1,000 people. It just depends if they're paying attention or not. I feel like that's what affects me the most.
Do you have any rituals, superstitions before a live show?
Not really. The only thing I try to do, I have like, I'm not wearing it right now, but like a ring that I got for my mom a few years ago, and it's just like a little like infinity, love you to the, I don't know what it means, moon and back or something. So I try to always have that on because I feel like if I get nervous, I try to like think about that and it calms me down a little bit, but I don't really have any other like rituals, I guess. I should think about that. I should start some. I'm gonna start some.
Just for
That's what I'm
me.
doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Just for me.
I'm gonna start drinking out of your mug that you're gonna send me.
I'll have to send you, and I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Have you ever been to Canada yet?
Once when I was 5, but I don't really remember it. That was before you needed the passport, which, like I mentioned to you before we got on here, as I'm working on getting my passport. So that's where we're at. There's also a lot of other places I want to go and play too. So
You'll have to try some of her food and some of her pastries. After the
yes.
show's done, Google butter tarts. They are a Canadian pastry, and I'm a butter tart judge, and they're one of our Canadian traditions are butter tarts, or smoked meat in Montreal, or poutine. Do you know what poutine is?
No.
French fries with gravy, cheese curds, and everything on it. The works.
So
not-
can you put these snacks in the mug you're gonna send?
I'll put myself in the
my
mug.
gosh, I love snacks.
Do you? Yeah.
Oh.
So what are some of your favorite snacks?
Oh, Cheez-Its. I love those things. Chocolate. I love dark chocolate. This is my top 2. I love chocolate. I don't know, like brownies or something.
I like our Canadian chocolate better than the American chocolate. So you come over to Canada, you're gonna have to bring back some stuff with you.
Oh, I will for sure. Yeah.
So, well, I'm gonna play this latest the song called "Give a Damn" by Taylor Borton. Please go to her YouTube channel, Taylor Borton Music. Subscribe, like, and share, and just bear with me. And we're gonna play this song, "I Give a Damn." 1 second. And thank you so much, Taylor. I just wanted to showcase some of your music ability to our Canadian audience as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks again for having me, and nobody judge me for what they're about to hear because the songs coming out are way better. I'm so judgmental of myself. This video was so fun though.
I've been known to walk away as if I had nothing else to say. Go on and act like I'm okay. Baby, I think things and I have words. None of this is worth what I deserve. I go on and I hurt every day. 'Cause you think you're something. Oh, you ain't gonna prove me to tell me something. I don't give a damn, don't give a damn about you. You're the best at what you do. What you do is just for you. You won't ever see what you are to me. It's true. When your day goes to hell, I'll be there when you're down. So you let me sleep on the ground. 'Cause you think you're something. Oh, you ain't gonna prove me to tell you something. I thought you were something. I fed you to people who need to ask myself something. Why I give a damn? Why I give a damn? No, you ain't nothing. I ain't got nothing to lose. Don't need to love it. 'Cause I don't give a damn. I give a damn about you.
Taylor, thank you so much for letting me play that song. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. I think it was a really good song. Very
Thanks.
catchy.
Thanks. That is a fun song. That was a fun video too. We had fun doing that.
You shouldn't be hard on yourself, but you know what? I can relate because you want to be perfect and you want to do the best job you can, but you also got to realize too, you're going to get better over time. The more music you produce, the more I do for my talk shows. You don't get complacent, but you get more comfortable and you do improve involved. The more reps.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Can you tell our audience about some of your other songs and your album too?
Yeah, of all my songs coming out, right? You mean?
Yes.
Like I mentioned, I have Dim and Neon coming next, and then I'll have 4 others after that. I'm really excited about this song called This House. We had sold my grandparents' house last year, so I kind of wrote a song in the perspective of the house speaking. So I'm really excited to share that. I feel like that would be a good song for like fall time. And then I have one that I wrote probably like 3 or 4 years ago now that I've written and kind of rewritten. Like I've taken time to take it apart and put it back together and add new things with the new things that I've learned in the past few years. So that one's called Bittersweet. It's a cool little twist on the title and the hook. So I'm excited to share that. I don't know specifically if I know when I'm gonna release that one. I'm trying to do like every other month or so. And a fun one called Tangerine Salon. I wrote that with one of the co-writers for Between You and Me, Kari Phillips. And it's a fun little rednecks go to a salon sort of song. So it's a fun, funny, upbeat song. How many was that? Did I miss one? Tangerine, Bittersweet, This House, Dim and Neon. Oh, yeah, I did miss one. And the other one I wrote with Marty Morgan, Lori Morgan's brother. So it was really cool to get in the room with him, and hopefully I can meet her and write with her at some point. If you know country music, you know who I'm talking about. So we wrote a song called When the Wine Talks. I brought in that title to him, and I don't know, that one, it kind of wrote itself. It's kind of like a little sexy song of when I'm with you and, you know, can't control what you say when the wine talks pretty much. So I'm excited for that one too. So I've got the funny songs, the cowboy song, the intimate, sexy song, and the pretty like storytelling house song. So I've got them all coming in the next few months.
and a new song about the Canadian.
That's after. Yep, that's coming.
About me, because you're going to make it big one day, and hopefully you won't forget about us little people when you do make it big, Taylor.
I can. I'm gonna have everyone come to my concerts and cheer me on because I'm gonna need people like backstage, you know.
Well, you have me. You have me as a new fan. I really enjoy your music, and if you got a few more minutes, I just wanted to ask you a couple more questions. And one I wanted to ask you was, how would you describe yourself as a songwriter and storyteller?
I feel like I'm very metaphoric and very like visual when I write. Like every time I write, I try to think of it as like a movie happening so I can kind of imagine like where it's starting, what's gonna happen, like in the climax of the song and like the ending. So I try to visually see what that looks like, and it just kind of helps me sort through my thoughts when I'm writing that way. Um, yeah, so very metaphoric and definitely storyteller, like all the good country songs are.
Any plans for your own podcast show or a book in the future?
Mm, I've never really thought about that. A podcast would be fun.
Once a month with people from the music industry, including
Yeah.
myself, and not including me. I'm just
Mhm.
kidding. I have no musical
No, a
ability.
podcast would be fun. I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about like a book yet because I feel like I still know so little that I don't really know what I would say. But maybe one day. I don't know.
It's just another way of getting exposure too.
That's true. Now you got me thinking.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I know.
It's
Now I'm
better to
thinking
get
about
you
it.
thinking than crying.
Amen to that.
That's why I'm not a comedian.
No, that was funny.
I used to be 5'9", now I'm 5'4". So you have to write a song about me.
I will.
That's good. You're laughing. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's part of my job as a host. And as we wrap up the show, I got just a couple more quick questions, Taylor. What's next on your bucket list as a performer? And I guess any plans to perform internationally in the next year or two, maybe coming to Canada?
Yep. As soon as I get that passport, there's a few places that I do want to go and play. And now that a lot of people have told me how popular country music is in Canada, I
It
think that would
is.
be a perfect place to start. So I would definitely do that, and I'll let you know when I'm there. Um, on my bucket list as a performer. Well, of course, I would say like playing the Grand Ole Opry here in Nashville, which when you come here, you have to go to a show and check it out. Um, But I mean, I don't know, like where I'm at right now, I'm playing a lot of shows, or a lot of them are just like kind of restaurant bars right now. So I would love to focus on, like, if I'm talking like in baby steps of next moves, like more like ticketed and bigger shows, and kind of focus on selling those out would be really cool. And focusing on selling merch there too would be cool. So yeah.
Any plans to get an agent or a manager in the future?
Um, I mean, it would be nice to have help with stuff, especially like you said, social media, because as soon as I don't have to do that, see ya. I would love to not do that. But yeah, I mean, at some point, I feel like, I mean, managers and agents, like everyone just wants you to have your own foundation before they start working with you anyway. So I mean, if I met somebody right now, they would be like, you've got to keep building and building and building. So once I got to that point, and like I think you get to a point where you just need one. So yeah, I would definitely do that for sure.
What's 3 words to describe yourself, Taylor? And what's one fun fact about Taylor Borton people might not know about you?
Okay.
I'm putting
Three
you on the spot
words.
here.
I'm scared. 3 words to describe myself. Determined. I think I'm funny. I think I'm hilarious. Um, so what I say? Determined, funny, um, I guess hardworking is determined. And
Passionate,
outgoing. Like,
outgoing.
yeah. I'm passionate. But yeah, I guess there's a few, you know. But yeah, a fun fact about me. Well, I used to say the same thing over and over again, but it used to be that I've never been on a plane, but I've done that now. So I need a
You're
new.
ahead of me. You're ahead of me. A fun fact about me, I've never been on an airplane yet.
See, so like we would have been the same, but now that I've done it, I need a new fun fact. Um, hmm.
I'm gonna have
I
to
don't
get
know
on a
how
plane.
I don't know how fun this is, but as a musician, like I really don't like going to concerts.
Really?
I'm introvert, so I would rather stay at home as much as possible. Yeah,
Okay.
fun fact.
Cowboy boots or sneakers?
Cowboy boots.
Who makes the best cowboy boots?
I don't know. I just look at the height of them and the color. I don't really care about the rest. I,
How tall
I
are
mean,
you with them
I
on?
definitely want those Luke Casey boots. The really fancy, expensive ones. Those are the ones I want. But
How tall are you with cowboy boots on?
probably like how tall are my boots? 5'3". I'm not very tall. I don't know if I've ever hit 5'4". I don't know. 5'3". It depends on my hair too. If I have a hat on, maybe a little bit. Maybe a
So the
little
next time you come on my show, you'll be looking down at me.
bit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even have shoes on right now. Who needs that?
When you perform live, how important is having the right outfit and making sure you're comfortable in front of an audience?
Oh my gosh. So I wish I could just perform. If I could play a show in sweatpants and a hoodie, that would be amazing. Like I think comfort level, like I wouldn't have to, it would be easier to breathe because I wear the tightest pants and they're painful. But at the same time, I found that if I don't feel like confident in the outfit that I have on, it affects my performance. Like if I pick something out and I put it on and get to my show and I'm like, I really didn't want to wear this, I'm not going to perform as good. It's just true for me. I don't know why. I think it's a girl thing. I don't know.
Have you performed on live stream before too? I know during the pandemic,
Yeah, I've done that.
a lot of actors and comedians they had to do live streaming with the pandemic for those 2 years, but
Hmm.
it's not the same as in person because I do this virtual show. I do 3 of them virtually, but I also do in person interviews as well. And as much as I love the virtual, there's nothing better than doing something live with people in person.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's live is definitely way better, but I have done some streaming stuff, which is always cool too. And it's cool to be able to share that too with people on socials and put that on my website and add that to my bio and things. But
I
yeah.
get a new name for your podcast, Live with Taylor Borton. Simple.
It
Keep it
might
simple.
happen. It
Keep it
might
simple.
happen.
If you do start a one up, you got to let me know too, and I'll help plug it.
Okay. Okay, I will.
And you can have podcast hats and shirts too.
You're right.
See the possibilities.
I'm trying to think of like a
You're gonna have to hire me as your agent.
tater cast. My family calls me tater tot. There's another fun fact. Tater
How did that
tot.
come about? How did that come about?
I don't know. I don't know. They've just always called me that. Tater tot.
And by the way, CDP, my show's called Live with CDP, Sports Entertainment Talk Show. CDP are my initials.
You know, I actually did wonder, but I was like, well,
CDP.
he's probably mentioned it. I probably will. But okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Some people thought, yeah, it's CDP. My first name's Chris, and then my middle name's David. Now you know.
Mine
David.
would be Tab. TAB.
Tab. Okay, so now we know each other's middle
Tab.
name. Tab. Hey, and before we wrap up the show, this is a segment I use to wrap up with my guests. It's called Ask the Host CDP a Question. Do you have a question to put me on the hot seat before we wrap this up?
Okay. Who is your favorite male and female country artists right now? Like ones that are like really like making a name for themselves. So not like us little people.
Little people. You're
Yeah.
not a little person. You're taller than me.
With my boots on.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I would say
who
for
are you
female,
into?
I would say female would be yourself. Yourself, and then
Okay,
Ariel.
what if you didn't meet me? Who else would you
Okay,
say?
Ariel Jade and Christy Krause.
I know
Yeah,
Christy. I think did we talk
Christy.
about that? I think we did.
Christy Krause has been on my
Birthday
show
episode.
4 times. She's been on my show
Okay.
4 times. Her and Ariel Jade, and for Mel, I would say Danny Spiro. I'm not sure if you've heard of Danny Spiro,
I know
but
Danny too.
small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
Yeah, and he's got family that's in Ontario, not far from me.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, so
Cool.
just having some of the and Olivia Lynn from the UK, she's a country music singer and she's now a mom. She's been on my show a couple times. She's quite great too, and I should put you in touch with her. She's gonna hopefully be over in the States at one point, but the UK
Yeah.
for country music is huge.
Mm.
So hopefully one day you'll be able to get out to the UK as well. It's just like I said, I grew up in the 70s, classic rock music, Motown music, classic rock music. But having so many musicians on, a lot of them seem to be country music, and I like Kirsty and Ariel Jade and yourself and Olivia Lynn. I've been very lucky having a lot of great guests on here. Do you have one last question to put me on the spot? I'll let you have one more.
Let's see.
That's a good song.
That's how all my songs usually start. What are we gonna write about? I don't know. This is why I can't have a podcast. I'm not a good thinker of questions.
Hey, it took when I first started this 7 years ago, I was awful. I couldn't get guests on. I couldn't, and I just kept at it. And then eventually my first guest, to answer your question, my first guest was Christine Barger, an actress and female ventriloquist from LA.
Wow. I bet that was an interesting hang.
Yes, being an actress and there are a lot of female ventriloquists out there.
Huh. Cool. Wait, do you play any instruments?
No, but I once did karaoke in New York City in 2019, and I emptied out a bar in downtown New York. I played 3 songs. I had a few drinks. I had a few adult drinks in me on my vacation, and I played a couple of songs, and I emptied out the bar, but I loved it. But I don't have any God-given musical ability. I have my ability is talking and listening.
That's a talent of clearing out a room. That's talent there,
But it was a lot of fun. I played Journey. I did Kiss. Detroit Rock City, Don't Stop Believing by Journey, and This Is How We Were, and a Montel Jordan song, This Is How We Do It. I think I still got the video. I think I still have the video clips, but I've never tagged them on social media because my singing music is not very good. Yeah, I think I still have one on my phone. I'll have to send it to you in a private link.
Do it, yeah.
But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And like I said before, music is cheaper than going to see a shrink.
It is. Yep.
It really is powerful too. Some of these songs, I should have brought this up with you earlier, Taylor, too. Some of these songs, wherever kind of music you're in, you hear a certain song and it can take you back to the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, it takes you back to the moment. And I was going to say too, like it's actually good for you to like play an instrument and sing because what they say, like patients that have like dementia or something or Alzheimer's, I'm terrible. I always forget the difference. But either way, when you age, that's usually like the last thing that they have that they remember is music. Yeah. So it's actually good for your brain.
And there's no age limit to music, and music is really international now.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's really too. Taylor, finally, as we wrap up the show, sorry, I'm going to reword this. I just had a stumble there, and we make mistakes too. So it happens. What are some of your next live performances you like to promote, and how can our audience follow you on social media, your website, and again, promote your merchandise and hats? And as well as contacting you directly. And when you do come to Canada, you're going to have to let me to try to play your guitar. Attempt to.
Okay, I'm down.
Deal.
Well, I put all of my shows, kind of like the answer to all of that, on my website at Taylor Borton Music. I have my tour on there. I have a show this Friday, but it's not too far from where I am. It's here in Tennessee. I'll be going back home to Ohio, and I think the second weekend of September. So I'll be in the area then. But I have the full list on my website.
Okay.
And as well as my songs that I'll have coming out, whichever ones are next and whatnot. And my hats are on there too. Or if you check out my shows and come and see me play, you can get a hat there. And it's actually a little bit cheaper in person than on my website. So you have to come see me.
Well, like you said, we'll get a hat and I'll get you a coffee mug.
Yeah, we'll do
We'll
that.
switch. You switch. I'm not a coffee drinker, by the way.
I love coffee.
Who
I
makes the
have
best
to.
coffee? Who makes the best coffee in Tennessee?
I feel like I should know that, but I don't. I don't know. I've never been a person to where I like pay attention to like the best like shows or the best like boots or the best like coffee or like brands of things. I just get what
Okay.
I like and I go for it, you know? But there's a lot of good coffee shops around here. Matcha. Have you ever had matcha tea?
No, I have not.
It's a weird taste, but I love it. And it's probably better for you than coffee. Matcha tea. It's like you can get in like a latte. It's really good. I like it.
And
Hot
that's
or
the
iced.
and that's the name of my cat, Latte.
See, so you have to do it.
So, by the way, Lola, what's her favorite cat treats? Does she like Temptations?
Yeah, she likes those. I give
They're
her the little like breath minty things too. She loves those. But she
cats are
likes the Temptations.
cats are smarter than people give them credit for.
She is smart, and you know what? I think she'd rather eat my food than her cat food because she's like a dog. She'll eat anything she's not supposed to eat.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
well, Taylor, I want to say thank you so much for giving us over an hour of your time. I apologize for keeping you over an hour, but I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Continue success in your music. And can you give me a little bit of time tonight? And I will send you the video, the audio, and reels and clips. Now, do you want me to send you the full video by WeTransfer?
Oh yeah, that would be perfect. I love
It diminishes the file, and I send it in the form of an email, and all you do is download it, and then maybe you can put this on your website in the future too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do it.
Absolutely, and I will tag you in on TikTok, on Instagram as well. And I just again thank you so much. And your website again is TaylorBortonMusic.com, correct?
Yes.
And your Linktree too is at Taylor Borton Music on Linktree, and
possibly, I don't know, probably something like that.
So, but hey, I want to say thank you so much. Continued success, Taylor, and hopefully you'll come back on our show again in the future.
Yes, thanks so much for having me, and I'll see you soon. And I'm in Canada playing all the shows.
You know where to find me.
Okay.
On social media. And one thing about me as we wrap this up, I didn't even know what Wi-Fi was 15 years ago. So I've reinvented myself. So technology, if you use it the right way, it's a good tool for being in the music industry or for being in the media industry. But Taylor, it was a pleasure to have you on here tonight. And we'll definitely have you back on again. And we'll make that coffee mug for hat exchange at some point.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks.
And pat Lola for me and give her a treat for me, okay?
I will. She does need a treat today. I'll give her extras.
So do I. I have a sweet tooth, so I'll have to do one after. So
yeah. All right.
Okay. Taylor, thank you so much. Continued success, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right, that wraps up season 14, episode 15, overall 7:30 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. And again, that was our guest, Taylor Borton. She's a Nashville country music recording artist, singer, and songwriter. And she just released her latest song, Between You and Me, which is available on Apple iTunes, Spotify, all live streaming platforms for music and is now available on our YouTube channel, Taylor Borton Music on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share. So thank you so much to Taylor Borton for coming on our show as well. I was supposed to have an earlier show tonight on Monday, July 6th at 7 o'clock with my scheduled guest, Nikki Olette. Nikki Olette. She is an actress, creator, performer. Unfortunately, she was under the weather, so our show with Nikki Olette is going to be rescheduled for next week. So hopefully Nikki will be feeling better, and we'll get her back on as well. And my next show is going to be on Friday, July 10th at 11 a.m. with my guest, our second appearance. Her name is Kumutha Ramanathan. She is a public speaker, and she's also the CEO of her own company called The Summit, and she has been on Bloomberg Radio as well. So Friday, July 10th at 11 a.m., Kumutha Ramanathan will be on from The Summit, and she's a public speaker. And I do have another show on Saturday at 1 o'clock with Coach Tiana Donalds as well. So I've got more great guests and more shows lined up as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, again, I want to say thank you to Taylor Borton for coming on here. And as we wrap the show up, guys, just a reminder, Chris Pome's Run for Pause fundraiser in support of the Cambridge District Community to be announced in July, probably in the next week or two, as CDP will be running 40 yards in less than 14 seconds. You can sponsor me at paypal.com/PayPalMe/Chris Pame, or you can donate directly electronically to the Cambridge Humane Society at cambridgehumanesociety.org and put in Run for Pause fundraiser. And I want to thank Chris Belinovich and the Toronto Argonauts as well. I'm going to hopefully get Chris Belinovich on our show. So if I can run 40 yards over less than 14 seconds, Chris will come on our show. Chris is a more behind the scenes guy than being in front of a camera, but I'm going to do 40 yards under 14 seconds. And my goal is to raise $200 for the Cambridge Humane Society. I want to say thank you to Nick Small and to Ken Mulhall for their donations as well. So thank you to Ken and Nick and my cousins in London for sponsoring me. So I'm hoping to raise a little bit of money, $200 for the Cambridge District Humane Society, as you're going to see CDP, the old guy, try to run 40 yards in less than 14 seconds. So anybody that can help out, thank you so much. I'm happy to do this Run for Pause fundraiser in support of the Cambridge District Humane Society. And as we wrap up the show, guys, I get another announcement to make. Right now at Barry Cullen Chevrolet, there is employee pricing going on at Barry Cullen Chevrolet just for you. Right now, check out a 2026 Silverado 1500 ZR2 model truck, up to $14,852 cash purchase credit. More details at barrycullen.com or visit the dealership at Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph, Ottawa, or you can call them at 519-824-0210. So check out the employees pricing event going on at Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership. And again, if you're looking for a new or a pre-owned GM vehicle or an EV, electric vehicle, or a Cadillac vehicle, there's no better dealership in town than Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership. Go see Paul Cullen. He is a GM, and they have a lot of great salespersons there as well. So Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership is a proud sponsor, advertiser of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. And they've been family run and operated here in Guelph since 1969. And as we wrap up the show, guys, finally wrap it up. If you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge and District Humane Society, located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the pets and animals that are up for adoption, their pictures and profiles are on cambridgehumanesociety.org, and they also have an Amazon wish list. Go to cambridgehumanesociety.org if you can help them out with some items from the Amazon wish list as well. And they do a really great job. Michelle and her staff do a really good job in taking care of our homeless furry friends and ensuring they get adopted into good homes with good families. So at the Cambridge District Humane Society, you can't buy happiness, but you can adopt it. So always remember, adopt, don't shop. And if you're in the Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge Guelph area, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society as well. And one other little shout out here as well. Please consider, if you're looking to adopt, the New Hope Animal Rescue Group. New Hope Animal Rescue Group. They're located at 4990 Jones Baseline in Guelph. N1H6HA is their postal code. Their telephone number at New Hope Animal Rescue Group is 519-836-9780. That's 519-836-9780. And also, their website is newhopeanimalrescuegroup.ca. newhopeanimalrescuegulf.ca. I made a mistake there. And you can contact or email nhare, nhare, rescue group at gmail.com. Again, guys, if you're looking to adopt a pet or rescue a pet, please check out the Cambridge District Humane Society or the New Hope Animal Rescue, and they're at 9990 Jones Baseline in Guelph. Their telephone number is probably the best way to get a hold of them, 519-836-9780. And they are in partnership with Pet Value as well. There is a couple of great cats like Rav, and Wyatt down there that are a package deal as well. So yeah, if you're looking to adopt, consider the Cambridge District Humane Society or consider the New Hope Animal Rescue again. And they do great work down there with her furry friends. And as we wrap up the show, guys, again, Live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and hopefully soon TikTok as well. You can check out my website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. You'll find all my social media sites there. You can check out some of the best of Live with CDP interviews virtually and in person, and some of my celebrity interviews. And also you'll see some of my media work and some game night stories on there as well. So beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. And as we wrap up the show, guys, you can follow me on TikTok at Chris Palme. And also, StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you are into webinars or live streaming, go to StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, paid professional plans like I do. And if you're a business that does a lot of webinars or live streaming, go to StreamYard.com and contact our sales department there for business pricing as well. And finally, guys, Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. The audio version is on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, and Good Pods. Please subscribe, like, and listen. And I want to say thank you to my Spotify audience. I have reached over 17,000 listeners and downloads, and I have 82 countries around the world listening to this show on my audio platform. So thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to this show. I'm really grateful, and it's the guests. It's the guests that make a great talk show. I've been very fortunate, and I want to say thank you to Barry Cullen Chevrolet for believing in me 3.5 years ago, and to all my wonderful guests. And thank you to the audience for watching and listening to this show as well. And finally, guys, you can catch me on email, Live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show at cpalme19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you'd like to support my 3 talk shows and YouTube channel, I'm on PayPal. Go to paypal.com at Chris Palme if you'd like to PayPal me and contribute some money towards my show, support my show if you really enjoy the work, or go to cameo.com and book a personalized video message from yours truly, CDP. And finally, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram, LinkedIn, Blue Sky Social at Live with CDP19, and also my YouTube channel. Go to Chris Palme Live with CDP Talk Show. Go to Live with CDP Talk Show, Chris Palme, and hit subscribe, like, and share. And that is about it, guys. We got a big soccer game tonight. Belgium against the U.S. Without getting into politics, Go Belgium. Hopefully they win, as the World Cup of Soccer is down to their top 16 teams now as well. And again, I want to say thank you to tonight's guest, Taylor Borton, a Nashville based country music artist and songwriter, for coming on here. And again, my one guest, Nikki Olette, an actress, creator, performer out of Detroit. Hopefully we'll get Nikki rescheduled for next week as well. She was just under the weather today as well. So that is about it, guys. I'm going to take a couple days off. I will be back here on Friday, July 10th, hopefully with 2 shows. Originally was going to have 3 shows, but one of my guests had a work commitment. So I'm hoping to have 2 shows on Friday, July 10th. But again, my next show will be Friday, July 10th, 11 o'clock, again with Kamusa Ramanathan, a CEO of the Summit, and she's a public speaker, and she was on Bloomberg Radio for a while there as well about finances and stuff like that. So Kamusa is a friend of mine as well. And please check out my social media platforms, some of my video content and some interviews from the All Canadian Events Butter Tart Festival this past Saturday in Fergus as well. I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you back here on Friday, July 10th at 11 o'clock for another edition of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, hosted by yours truly, Chris Pame, and brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership here in Guelph. Good night, everybody.